Tensions are escalating in Ukraine over the nation's participation in the European Union. In the capital of Kiev, more than 100,000 rallied and clashed with security officers.
Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians have been rallying in Kiev against their president's U-turn on Europe amid increasingly chaotic scenes. They defied a ban to gather, and while most of the demonstration was peaceful, young radicals used a bulldozer to try to break into Viktor Yanukovych's headquarters. Police intervened. Opposition leaders said the clashes were stage-managed to give authorities a pretext to declare a state of emergency. Nationalist protesters broke into Kiev City Hall and were occupying at least part of the building. Amid the violence, a Euronews crew was attacked by riot police, and our cameraman was wounded.
Some said the police started the violence, but the official line from both government and opposition sources was that it was the work of paid provocateurs. Paid by whom, however, is not so clear. Certainly, though, the presence of radical far-right groups among the protesters is raising the level of tension. Some of those who came to call for calm got short shrift.
This action should be peaceful because blood breeds blood. So we should have a peaceful strategy, and that's all. But you see that there are two camps and they don't understand that we're stronger together.
I want to address President Yanukovych. We know that he wants to declare a state of emergency. He initiated provocations at the presidential administration building. The opposition has nothing to do with those riots.
The main protest was peaceful. Hundreds of thousands flooded Independence Square, the biggest demonstration so far over the president's refusal to sign a trade agreement with the EU in favour of relations with Russia.
You see these tents here? We came here and we will stay here until the cabinet resigns and the parliament is dissolved and the president also leaves. We will not go home.
Talks between the government and opposition are expected to begin later, but with the opposition calling for a national strike and demanding the government resign, the standoff is likely to continue.
The police have been criticised for a heavy-handed response to the daily protests. What sort of authorities are they to beat children, said this man. We can't step aside, we can't stay at home. The feeling of hatred of these authorities overwhelms me. Nearly 10 years after the Orange Revolution, President Yanukovych is once again the target. The East-West divide still fueling tensions with no clear way out.
Even though Kiev's police chief has resigned and the Interior Ministry issued an apology, the cause of the protests has yet to be addressed. Protesters managed to overthrow Yanukovych in 2004, and if they can, are poised to set revolution in motion once again.